dare you to click the button.
Do you double dog dare me?
Oh, I'd never do that. I'm not crazy.
I mean,
Have you
that's
ever
not,
danced with the devil in the pale moonlight? Wait a minute.
I mean, that was
Wow.
nightly, yeah.
Whoa, hey. Hello, everyone. How you doing out there in YouTube land, Facebookia, and all the other viewing places? Welcome to a fun, hopefully, installment of Drink and Draw. I'm here. My name's Ben. Some of you might remember me, longtime viewers. It's been a while. But I'm here with my good friends Jeff, Dave, and Dan, and we're going to talk about a little guy named Moon Knight tonight.
yay.
Yeah. And
Hey, everybody.
we hope you have some questions for us. Maybe we won't have answers, but we'll try.
We're going to teach each and every one of you from start to finish how to draw Moon Knight. By
And
the end
three
of it,
easy steps.
you'll have jobs at Marvel Comics.
Mhm. Yeah,
It's just like that.
it's just that easy.
It's like
You
drawing a circle, and then it turns into like a master illustration, just like that.
What's
It's
that?
true.
That old. Here's how you draw a portrait like Vermeer, and it's you draw a circle, and then it's the portrait of Vermeer. You
Yeah,
guys remember that?
yeah.
I remember the turtle.
Oh yeah, the turtle and the pirate.
Mhm.
I did those when I was a kid.
Of course you did.
I didn't win anything.
As did I.
Everyone did. Did you
Yeah.
trace it and send
I
it
did.
in?
I did not trace it and send it in.
Oh, man. You're a better man than I. I didn't
got
even
it.
get a reply, I don't think.
I don't think I did either. I got in trouble once because I guess I was 10 or so, and I was like in a drawing class, and I did this. I copied something out of the How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way book, and the teacher didn't believe that I had copied it. She thought I had just traced it. So
Wow.
I got in trouble.
Bad
You got in
teacher.
trouble for writing. The assignment was to write a short story, and I wrote a sci-fi story. And because I wasn't a great student, when she read it, I used the word behemoth because I picked it up from comics.
Oh yeah.
And she literally accused me of plagiarism.
Of course.
She literally didn't believe I wrote this dumb stuff. I mean, it wasn't a great story, believe me. And she gave me an F. And my mom actually had to come into school and literally give her the riot act. Because I was like, dude, I got this shit from comics. It's not that big.
Yeah, I learned to
Behemoth.
read.
Yeah.
That's a great one.
So Jeff, what are you drawing there?
Yeah, that's
So-
It doesn't look anything like Moon Knight, Jeff.
Well, I didn't want to compete with you guys drawing Moon Knight, so I decided to draw Khonshu, the Egyptian god of the moon that gives Moon Knight his powers.
Jeff, always going
What are you
for
even
the,
talking about?
always going for the crazy.
Nutty stuff are you talking about over there?
Yeah,
That's awesome, Jeff.
Khonshu.
The Fist of Khonshu.
Gesundheit.
Yes.
I think I caught that. I got vaccinated for that.
Yeah, what was his name again, Jeff?
The Fist of Khonshu.
Gesundheit.
Yeah, thank you.
But
It never gets old.
Yeah, it's always good. What do you think? Have you guys already started on your Moon Knights? Are you really going to just start from scratch?
Oh, hell no.
oh, come on.
We ever start- Yeah, Dan's already done.
Dan was done yesterday.
I'm finished.
Oh, I think that's hilarious. Like, yes, this is how you draw Moon Knight. Everyone get it?
Yeah. Got it?
Did you learn? You get it?
Good.
What you do is you look at Bill Sienkiewicz and then you just do what he does. Easy.
Oh yeah. Man, I love his stuff. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but like, I loved his approach. I think to anatomy was so different. It was so like I guess tendony is not really a word, but it always seemed.
Should be.
Yeah.
Fibrous.
Yeah, it was much more fibrous than I remember other comic book guys being at the time.
I'm still not quite sure what you're talking about, but
Well, I mean, just like because I was looking at George Perez and John Byrne and Sal Buscema and those guys. So their muscles were all pretty bulbous, but then when it came to Sienkiewicz Moon Knight, he was thin and sinewy.
Well, he was borrowing at that point. You know, he was very influenced by Neal Adams, and
Yeah.
that was kind of his springboard. That was his first sort of foray into it. But he still, even though he was looking at Neal, and so many artists were influenced by Neal, he still kind of, it was still Bill.
Yeah,
it was,
totally.
It was interesting that he, there were a lot of people like that. But
do you remember at the time when I first saw it, I think it was in Comics Digest or Comics Journal, where they Bill did a drawing of Moon Knight kicking Batman's ass, and it was kind of a slam on Neal Adams and Neal, or maybe Neal did it first.
No, Neal did it. Yeah,
Neal did it, and then he followed up with a response. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always thought, oh shit, man, this is like
Nerd fight.
Yeah, I thought they were, like, wow.
I think remember last time when Bill was on the show, he was saying that he, for a little while there, he was working for Neal, so they were familiar with each other. And
I'm sure
when you work for Neal wants you to draw like Neal. I mean, his whole studio is built on that.
Yeah.
Right. You did some work for him for a while, didn't you, Dan?
I did, and Neal would take everything I did, and then he'd redo it, and it looked like Neal. Which is why, that's why people were hiring him, I guess.
Right.
So I do the same thing, I guess.
Did you enjoy being in that kind of, was it a studio setting, or were you
it was a studio, but it wasn't where I did any of the work.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you are kind of lazy.
What?
I said you are kind of lazy.
Yeah, they didn't want me actually in there with them. They're like, you can't be part of the crusty bunkers. Look at you.
Right.
You're neither crusty nor a bunker.
Yeah. No. But I would come in the morning, and he would have already had like the pages I had done the day before, and he had re-ink them. He's like, here's what you did wrong, son.
Mm. Well, I bet that was educational.
And he was right.
Yeah.
I learned a lot based on that. It was fun.
Dave, why is he holding a banana?
Yeah, why is he holding a banana, Dave?
It's the banana of righteousness.
It's the Gibbish banana.
I don't know. Doesn't he? I thought he had like a big moon.
He has a baton, but it's okay.
Yeah.
He also has like his little crescent throwing star things, throwing knives that are very cool.
But that seemed a little tiny. So
Dave does a lot of redraws for characters. Like he kind of like had him come in, and he recreated Spider-Woman recently.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think
now Dave's a big shot.
I try to be, Dan.
I guess it's more of a plantain size. It's a little bigger than a banana.
Yeah.
I actually had plantains today.
Really?
Yeah, I went down to farmer's market for lunch.
I
Oh,
hope they
yum.
were fried.
I had to get some tri-tip.
Oh, excellent.
God, Dave, you know how to live, bro.
I love the farmers market. All those great shops and restaurants in there. Is that bar still in the middle, Dave?
Yeah, everything's still there.
That was one of my favorite
I always
places to hang out.
Dan, but he never takes me up on any offers. I throw it away, so I didn't even bother this time.
Here's the thing about me, Dave. I'm actually working.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I'm a man of leisure. You're a man of work. I'm trying to live life, Dan.
That's true.
Because once it's over, it's over.
What?
That is the rumor.
That's almost like a country and western song.
Once it's over, it's over. Hey, kids, if you're trying to learn how to draw Moon Knight, you better learn how to sing.
Both types of music.
Country and western. Oh God, what a great movie! I just watched the scene. I watch it occasionally because sometimes you got to bone up on your excuses with Carrie Fisher in the tunnel.
Uh-huh.
Remember that one, Ben?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I guess that movie was okay.
Yeah. It's all right.
It's a classic.
Yeah, every line in there is fantastic.
I mean, if you like comedy,
Right.
So Jeff, what is the device that Khonshu is holding there, since it's not a banana?
He is holding a crook and a flail. Two Egyptian, I believe they're agricultural and shepherding.
So the god of the moon carries agricultural shepherding tools.
Well, they're also there are devices. They're things that Pharaoh would sometimes carry. So they're
well. I mean, look, that was very important to farming, agriculture. So
yeah,
the moon, obviously, the blood moon and everything that goes with it.
I think he also has a lot to do with, as a god, he's sort of, I mean, the Egyptian gods have so many roles. I think he had a lot to do with protecting travelers, which is one of the reasons that he was sort of he gave power to Moon Knight, because it's part of his charge is to make sure people get where they're going.
Part of his charter, is that what you said?
Part of his charter.
Charter, yes.
Yeah, the god charter. You do this.
Oh my God! Look who it is.
What?
He's there. He's not there.
He's almost there. It's almost Bill Sienkiewicz.
He's sitting there in the room with the lights off.
Hi, Bill. There he is.
Hey guys.
Hey, Bill.
Hey.
How are you?
All right. Now it's the real reason there's a Moon Knight.
Yeah.
Ha.
Yeah.
Now it's a party.
I couldn't not show up. I'm calling in to say hey, miss you guys, and also to say I'm totally slammed. I just had a big couple of hour discussion about a couple of deadlines extensions. So rather than just not show up at all, I wanted to show up and say hey, I miss you guys, and it's like what a great occasion. I'm sorry, I'm gonna miss the majority of it.
Well, thanks for coming in.
Yeah.
Are you kidding? I would love to be, working with you guys. I mean, I'm watching what you guys are doing. It's gorgeous as always.
Well, I'm doing a rip off of your cover right here. I was always kind of crazy about it. So
yeah, that's a great one.
Yeah. So I was like, let me see what I can do. Bill, this upper area is all going to be black. And there's no toothbrush will be spared in my home. Okay.
Well, I think unlike me, it's like I know that you'll separate from the one that you use every day.
You got to suffer for your art sometimes, Bill.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh yeah, exactly. Well, it's sleep is optional. I can do that. I have 360 other days of the year I can do that.
Yeah.
But
what are you working on? Can you tell us?
Well, actually, speaking of Moon Knight, I just did a cover for a magazine. I can't really say which one.
I know which one. I'm going to guess, and then if you blink 8 times, I'll know which one.
Okay.
I'm betting it's Entertainment Weekly.
No, it's let's put it this way. It's from across the pond.
Okay.
But it's also, but it is an entertainment magazine, and then I did I've been working on some of the Warner Brothers Batman stuff with the Robert Pattinson stuff. And that's really what is sort of taking up a majority of my deadline time, tonight. And but it just they need it, and they need it. The movie's coming out, so it's nice to be busy, but at the same time, it's I can't complain because it is the life that I chose. Just I'm sure you guys know that.
Bill, I don't like to brag. It's not my style, right?
Not at all.
Yeah, but I happen you're doing big time stuff, like actually working with the new Batman movie. But this Tuesday, I'm going to be a hand model for basically they're going to film just my hand kind of scumbling around doing some drawing, but my face will never be shown. You'll never see what I'm actually drawing. I may as well be just drawing in a crayon book. You've hit the big time when you're doing something like that.
Well, yeah, it's like, I was just letting you know, you always got a one up us all, don't you?
Yeah, I had to show you up there.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
Bill, can you tell us what so you're doing stuff for the Batman thing? Are you doing like poster pieces or advertising pieces?
Yes, both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, and you know, the film, I think it looks phenomenal. It really looks phenomenal. So
I love those trailers.
yeah, it looks great. And also, so does speaking of Moon Knight, so does Moon Knight. I mean, the Oscar Isaac series looks like they're not gonna pull any punches. I mean, I hope.
Yeah. Well, I take it you've seen some kind of behind the scenes sort of stuff
For which?
for Moon Knight. Were you?
Very little.
Oh, so you weren't
much more on other stuff. But yeah, but Moon Knight, it's like I'm as much of a, you know, in the passenger seat, just, you know, audience waiting to see what happens, you know. And any of the stuff that I've done in terms of any advertising for that has been, you know, vetted, and, you know, I'm sure you guys have gotten stuff with your names watermarked on them.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's like it's when I get them like that, I really curse the fact that I've got such a long last name, because it's 90% watermark and 10% image. You know,
That's funny.
Yeah, well, it's true. It's really true. It's like, I mean, I keep thinking about like Jim Lee or you know, Dave Sim, or, you know, people with like last like the watermarks that they must get. You could probably drive trucks through, you know.
Well, when you signed your name, when you were first deciding what your signature was going to look like, did you plan on shortening your name into a scribble, or did that just happen over time?
Well, that was actually that happened when I was in grammar school.
Oh, really?
When I learned when I had to learn the alphabet very young, because you know,
Clearly.
Yeah, because most of it's in your last name.
I remember when we were studying cursive handwriting for you young whippersnappers out there. Cursive handwriting is lettering that connects.
Right.
But I remember I would get, you know, William, Felix, SIENK, and then it would be like, off, hell with it, you know. And it would just be, it would always trail off. So I even thought about just shortening my name to Sink, SIENK.
Right.
And but I think my grandfather, you know, I had too much respect for him to do that. So
Did you say your middle name's Felix?
yeah, my middle name is Felix. Yeah.
That's
okay,
a
that
very
kinda
cool
rocks.
middle name.
Yeah, well, I hated it as a kid, but now, because it was, you know, just one more like reason to get beat up on the school playground, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
But now it fits perfectly, you know.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And Robert is my confirmation, because I was raised Catholic, so it's William Felix Robert Sienkiewicz. And Robert was you know, we had to pick a saint. I mean, I don't know if any of the other gentlemen
who's your saint?
were raised Catholic. So
I was, yeah, I had to do the same thing.
well, I wanted Neal, you know, as in Adams, as my confirmation name, and the nun said there is no Saint Neal, and I said maybe not to you, but
There isn't comics.
so I ended up using Robert, as in Robert Plant, because that's how religious I am, you know.
Wow. Rock and roll religion.
That's fun.
Yeah, man, those pieces are looking great.
Well, I didn't want to compete with those guys drawing, and you especially draw Moon Knight, so I just drew Khonshu instead.
Oh no, that's a great. You know, sometimes that a lot of the historical aspects of things are even more interesting than the characters.
Yeah.
I found this one of yours, Bill. For instance, let's see here. Hold on. You did this. This looks a little bit more recent than some of the other stuff.
Yeah, that was I think what, like 2017, something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's pretty
yeah,
cool.
that was going full tilt Egyptian.
Yeah.
That was you basically like you're asking me to do some Moon Knight? All right.
Yeah,
Well,
here you go.
here you go
Yeah.
then. Think you can handle it?
Well, have you guys seen the trailers? What do you think?
I haven't seen it yet.
Are you deliberately not seeing it?
No, I haven't. I just haven't caught it yet. Is it all? I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing the movie.
Oh well, I think it's going to be a 6 episode series.
Oh, excellent.
On Disney Plus, but they have a trailer that's already come out. It looks really good.
Cool.
Yeah, it looks a little more edgy than most of the Disney stuff.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well, it's an edgy character.
It is, but it's still a Disney Channel, so you gotta.
Well, it will be to see, because I mean when Legion came out, Legion had the character with sort of multiple personalities as well,
right?
So it'll be interesting to see how the two series sort of handle that subject matter.
Bill,
I thought Legion did a really great job of getting all the characters, but also catching a lot of the trippy visuals from your work.
Oh, you talking about with Legion?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that Noah Hawley is just brilliant, and of course the cast. I mean, when you've got Dan Stevens and Aubrey Plaza and Gene Smart and everybody, it's like, I mean, Bill Irwin. I mean, when you have that many amazing people, it's like, and and Dan, I'm sorry, and Noah, Hawley, it's sort of as the guy behind the whole thing, running it. It just had to be must see TV, so to speak.
Yeah,
Bill,
I really enjoyed that series.
Can I ask you a question about this one? I'm always concerned about royalties and creator rights. I'm kind of a champion for those things. Jeff looks up to me for that reason.
I do.
Are you getting any kind of royalties for Diary of a Wimpy Kid based on this cover?
I mean, that's a fair question.
Yeah, I mean, I think they owe you some money. Have you seen that, Bill?
What's that?
Have you ever seen Diary of a Wimpy Kid?
I have not seen the films. It's one of those. I think there's 2 of them now, aren't there?
I don't know if there's 2. My son watches them, and it's a very strange animation, but he loves it, and it's based on that sort of illustration. It looks very, very similar to.
Yeah, you did it before they did it.
Yeah, that's basically what they were going. That's what they're going for.
Oh, interesting. Okay, well, yeah. I think I've seen the book it's based on, but it's one of those books that it's almost like, and I don't mean this in a negative way, but it's like it's been out there for so long that I feel like I've seen it, even though, like, for example, like Friends was on for how many years? I never saw a single episode, but I feel like I know the series. Same with like Home Improvement. It's like there's this sort of, I get it. I get what it's about, and Home Improvement like that. But Diary of a Wimpy Kid, I feel like I kind of understand what what the gist is. It's right there in the title, for God's sake,
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The piece on the left, it looks like that's an original.
I think this is from an artist edition. It must be, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah, you think I know that? Yeah, that is.
Okay, because I think someone I found this on the web, and I assume that's what it was from.
Wow.
Yeah, it's very beautiful. I mean, that's an artist edition I'd love to get a hold of.
Totally.
Have any of you guys done anything with Moon Knight, on any kind of other basis?
No.
I did. I helped Scott Collins with some layouts when he was doing a Marvel team up, and I helped him with a Moon Knight fight scene. Well, and I helped him lay some of that stuff out. And I think I drew him in Wonder Man during a big crossover. But other than that, no.
He's a West Coast Avenger, right?
He's an interesting character. I mean, he's sort of, is quite malleable. I mean, he's been through I don't know how many different iterations and incarnations.
Right.
Since I mean, since he was even created with, by Don Perlin and Doug, as the antagonist of the Werewolf by Night.
So Dan and I were talking a little bit earlier, Bill, and you would know this. So was he always a character with multiple personalities, or those personas that became multiple personalities?
I think, at one point, I think the idea of him having the different characters that he, the cab driver, the mercenary might have been somebody who he used to be.
That's what I figured.
I don't think it was about divergent, like personalities. I think they were more like disguises, like he was doing Mission Impossible stuff.
Good.
Right.
But
I thought it was going crazy.
I think it slowly became, the mental stuff, which is edgy.
Yeah, I like that.
Right.
I mean, if you're gonna draft Oscar Isaac, who is about as intense as you get, as intense as as an a character actor as you can get, it'd be a shame to waste him.
Yeah, now he can really stretch.
Right. Yeah, and I mean, I think there was talk at one point about maybe even getting, was it Keanu Reeves? I think they were thinking of at one point, and I think Jake Gyllenhaal was bandied about as a potential.
Well,
I mean,
now
we were going
Gyllenhaal's
for
got a
some
role
pretty
of a
heavy-duty
lifetime.
hitters, but when Oscar Isaac got it, it was like, wow.
Yeah.
Jake Gyllenhaal's got his hands full, but he's going to be doing Prophet apparently. So.
Really?
Yeah.
Allegedly.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, Jay, I mean, his action stuff is great. I mean, I know it's not a super popular film, but I actually thought in Prince of Persia he was good.
What, Gyllenhaal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
He's a
another
good
film
actor.
I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But I mean, whenever I think of him in terms of a role that really sort of creeps me out is Nightcrawler.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he has the goods there. And of course, when he was in, what was it, Enemy? Not Enemy, Prisoners, with the Denis Villeneuve film with Hugh Jackman.
Right.
Really a versatile actor. But it's also Ethan Hawke is in it as well in the new Moon Knight. So it'll
Very
be
cool.
him, as part of the MCU.
Oh.
Did you read the script ahead of time? Do you have any influence or input into it?
No, they, I mean, they, I think they did that more with, certainly with Legion, but with Moon Knight, I think Moon Knight's been through so many iterations, and incarnations. I think my contribution is sort of way down the, down the list in terms of whether or not I would get any kind of input or consideration,
Huh.
in
It'll be
terms of
interesting to see when it comes out how much sometimes the branding is very similar to the comic book. You see that often, like I've seen that with Adam Hughes's work. Like they'll kind of take something like a cover he did and kind of use that for an actual to influence a movie poster or something.
Oh, right. Yeah. Well, also you can tell certain things. I think Zack Snyder certainly did kind of elements of that with taking direct panels from Watchmen and also from Frank Miller's 300 and sort of transplanting them or transposing them and directly into the visual format of comics. I think there were a few times that they did that with Legion, but I'd be very curious to see what they do with with Moon Knight. I mean, those are always nice little Easter eggs if they decide to do that kind of a thing.
Yeah, if they actually do it.
So what's the hand modeling thing that you're doing? Is it
Oh, it's a DC Comics. Honestly, I don't quite know what it is, but they just want to show like, oh, here's how a comic book artist works, and this is what. But it's not going to be like. I thought they would have me finish a drawing, and it's nothing like that. So.
Oh, you're not going to actually do a drawing?
Well, I am going to do a drawing. It's just,
okay.
It's not going to matter, basically.
Oh.
They just want like the art of drawing.
Yeah. Well, I think that we'll probably be surprised, or maybe not surprised, that there'll be somebody out there who will know that those are your fingers, Dan.
Well, they see them enough here that they can,
right.
you know.
Are you gonna go get a manicure before this?
Elena will help me out, I'm sure.
You're gonna definitely have to moisturize.
Yeah.
Oh, I definitely have to moisturize.
Dan, don't forget.
Maybe wax.
Dan, don't forget the drink and draw ring.
Oh,
yeah.
wait a minute. Well, they'll
That's-
probably make me take that off.
I like that.
I can see them making me take that off, Dave.
That's a great ring, by the way, Dave. Thank you.
Hey, no worries.
Yeah.
You've actually got a drink and draw ring.
Yeah.
Mhm. Are you
Wait,
jealous?
hold on.
Yeah.
Well, let's see it. This is new.
When we have to rumble with other crews, we'll be wearing them.
Yeah, 100%.
Wow. I think
It's
the last
kinda
time I saw something that large was in Dune with the ducal signet ring. You know.
Well, I mean, yeah, if you have to dip it in wax, that's how we send correspondence to each other.
Yeah.
You can kind of see the engraving.
Heavy duty. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dave's a good gift giver. He's a little bit like me. I think he learned from me.
Indeed.
Yeah. I learned what not to do from you.
Wasn't that the way it's supposed to be? Learn from other people's mistakes.
Sure.
Yeah. Constant mistakes.
The only problem is Dan didn't consider it a mistake.
Dan gives good gifts.
Well, no, actually, I think from what
If I give them.
heard, Dan thought he made a mistake once, but he was wrong.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, that's it. That nail. I think that's it.
You know, I love you guys. So
Yeah.
Dan, I know I busted your. You know, I love your posts on Facebook. By the way, it's like as if life isn't soul crushing enough. You know,
Yeah, especially these days.
it's like you come out with these. There's sort of like the Jack Handy versions, you know, or the Dan Panosian version of you know, daily inspiration.
Yeah.
You know,
What's funny, Bill, is there's still people out there that think like that I'm being serious too.
oh wait, you're not?
No. Yeah.
No, it's sort of like you know, today would be a good day to slit your wrist. You know,
Yeah.
He
He does make you question it every day. Yeah.
no, they're great. They're great because it's like they're so dry that I can see why some people who, you know, might not know you, but also don't understand how some of that, you know, could translate, could see it as being, you know, pretty much straightforward.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Dan's always just one step away from some sort of intervention.
Yeah, I need help. Well,
Awesome.
come along, Jeff.
Thanks.
All right, guys. Well, listen, I would love to stick around, but I'm gonna have to jump back to it. But I didn't want to like not show up at all.
Well, we appreciate that.
Especially
Thanks, Bill.
extended the invitation so generously.
It was good to see you, Bill.
Great
Yeah,
to see you
always
guys,
good
and
to see
hopefully,
you.
you know, we'll, like I keep saying, next time I promised that this time being on, I would actually draw, but I'm just whining, you know, like.
Well, that's usually our job. We do a pretty good job of whining.
What's that again?
I said we do a pretty good job of whining.
No, it's like, you know, it's like I doubt you guys do that at all. I mean, I've never seen you guys doing that. Whenever I've seen you, you know, you do your podcasts and your drink and draws. It's like, you know, I feel like if it's whining, it feels like it's you guys are doing shtick.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
I
probably
grew
true.
up with real whining, so it's like, you know, and you, sir, are not a whiner, you know.
Yeah. So when are we going to get to see some of this of the work that you're doing now? When do you think it'll be coming out?
Yeah, when are they going to launch?
Pretty soon. I think probably sometime next week. Some of the stuff should hit. I've been, you know, with the NDAs and all that other stuff, I've been kind of instructed. I mean, I think talking about it is one thing, but showing anything, you know, at all is something else entirely. So,
Of course.
so I imagine probably by next week, things might start trickling out a bit.
Cool.
Oh,
but,
awesome. Yeah, I can't wait to see that movie. The trailers look great.
Yeah. Yeah, it really looks phenomenal, and all of the roles and the characters in it, again, top notch. I mean, what's driving me crazy is also seeing Colin Farrell. I mean, he's pretty much unrecognizable.
Oh wow, very cool.
But I think I've probably said too much as it is.
Yeah.
Loose
All right,
lips,
gentlemen.
Bill. Keep it quiet. Keep it mum.
Thanks again, Bill.
Yeah, have a great night, and keep up, keep kicking ass.
All right, man.
Thanks, Bill.
Good night,
Take it
gentlemen.
easy.
Good night, everybody.
Bye, Bill. Thanks again.
Bye,
You bet.
Bill.
Thank you.
Wave goodbye, kids.
Well, that was pretty nice.
Oh, that was great.
Yeah.
Oh.
Thank God he didn't draw.
All right,
I know,
well,
it would have been too.
Thanks for tuning in tonight, folks. Bill's left. Show's over. So
Show's over.
Now
Yeah,
you're
drawing.
just
I
stuck
mean,
with us.
it's a joy to hang out and draw next to him, but it's really daunting.
Yeah, that's how I feel every time I'm at one of these comic book shows, sitting next to Dave or Andrew Robinson or Canetti.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, oh God, this is not good.
Yeah. Well, Canetti's a monster. Like
Yeah.
he's so fast.
Yeah, too fast. I wouldn't know anything about fast.
You're pretty fast.
I'm pretty fast.
I mean, how's your piece?
Canetti's a phenom, though.
Yeah. Let's see your piece.
I'm
Oh,
a
wow,
little
okay,
bit
that's
private.
not great.
Oh wow. Here, let's see how it's coming out.
Oh, excellent! Wow, look at the textures. Great work.
That's the most fun I have, is doing that sort of thing. So, whoops, what happened there? There we go.
no, ruined it.
I ruined it. The whole thing's ruined. Sorry, kids. I have to bring out the paintbrush in a few seconds.
The viewers were very nervous watching Dave paint with his massive brush.
Oh, I love that. I love that how he was coming out of the shadows, Dave. That's very cool. And also, you got that moon, that light. It's
And
a
the
very
plantain.
animated feel.
It's got a ways to go, but
Yeah, it does.
yeah.
Do you have a yellow marker for the plantain, or are you gonna have to borrow Dan's
I could give you one.
plantain of vengeance?
Ben, do you have any questions?
Oh, I have many. None of them related to the show.
Oh, I'm pretty good with advice.
I've heard that.
Wait, Mark
I've never
Solomon's
seen-
already having chorizo time? Mark, it's so early.
Wow.
Maybe it's mid-game chorizo.
Oh, I got you. Okay. Well, you got to keep your protein up.
That's right. You don't want to crash.
Yeah. Blood sugar is important.
So important.
Yeah, I almost bought some beef jerky at the farmer's market, but
That's for
TMI.
New Year's.
I had some really incredible elk jerky not too long ago.
Oh,
Is this
yeah.
while you were hunting out in
It
the
was.
woods?
It was while I was hunting in the woods.
Was it fresh elk jerky?
No, I mean, it was jerky from the previous year's hunt.
I
Oh.
see. Not made in the woods while
No.
hunting.
It was
It was at one point. It was.
It was delish. We had elk chili. We had a lot of elk that weekend.
as one does.
Did you
one
get
does
any
what
elk?
you did. I saw elk. I tracked elk. I saw lots of elk scat, but I did not actually get close enough to an elk to take a shot.
Well,
You
elk,
did-
that's kind of a win, Jeff.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't know if I would. I believe I would have taken the shot given the chance. Because after
You're
chasing
Stone Cold
it
Killer.
yeah, well, after chasing it for a week, I really wanted to hurt one,
Yeah.
but I never got the chance.
Well, they're small animals. know.
Yeah,
So petite.
Oh.
Very elusive.
man, it's funny that they just disappear sometimes. Like you'll be following one, and then the tracks will just vanish.
Well, and the natural camouflage works
Yeah, I mean they're pretty good at hiding.
by standing still. Bastard.
Yeah, exactly. My guess is I walked by a dozen of them.
Or Bigfoot.
I'm sure I walked by a Bigfoot.
Squatchy woods.
Oh yeah. Well, this is their domain, the Pacific Northwest. Apparently, they love it up here.
All right, I'm back. Now I mean business.
Where you gone?
Well, I had to. Dave's not the only one with a paintbrush.
Oh, but you're
boy.
just so much smaller.
Well, Dave's a big man.
Are you gonna do the glowing red eyes?
Red now.
Wait, Moon Knight doesn't have red eyes.
On several of those covers, he has glowing red eyes. On the
He was
early
possessed
stuff.
by the spirit of Khonshu.
Well, you keep saying that.
Well, I mean, it's the truth.
Did you have to say it?
I just like saying it. I like saying Khonshu.
Ugh,
Zoom tight.
Conchu chicken.
wish I
General,
was.
General Khonshu's,
Yeah.
the highest award that any Chinese general can be awarded is a dish.
Yeah. Conchu chicken comes with egg roll.
Mm-hmm. It's a number 7.
Yeah. Dave, that's coming out magnificent.
Is he on a gargoyle?
Dave's favorite.
Yeah, I know.
All it needs is a skull.
Listen, it's a classic.
I couldn't resist.
Dave, can you put a skull in there?
Shut up, Dan.
I love if you can draw a gargoyle, draw a gargoyle. Any chance you get.
Look, we're in comics. Yeah, if you want to draw a gargoyle, draw a friggin' gargoyle, man.
So how come Moon Knight's
Problem with
costume?
gargoyles, I just had a problem with the fact that it was always the same kind of, dumb gargoyle.
Pose on the same gargoyle? Yeah. So how come Moon Knight's costume is white, Jeff?
How come it's white?
Yep.
Well, because it's the moon.
Right. But it's
All
not
right, next
black on the
question.
back.
No, but I think that that's a really good question. I wish Bill was still here.
Bill knew when to leave. He knows when to leave a party.
Yeah. I've always liked that it was white, and I always liked that it's apparently he gets powers from the moon, not the moon,
Right.
but from the moon god. So
Yeah. It always seemed like a troublesome nighttime getup to be out crime fighting in, though.
yes, well
Yeah.
he's spectral, he's ghostly, so I think
Yeah,
he's supposed
but-
to look super creepy.
Kind of looks like a Klansman, but that's a whole nother.
That's another episode of Drink and Draw.
Right.
No, that's
Probably
Moon.
something they won't be exploring in the series, Ben.
Yeah, it's Moon. Hey, it's Moon Night.
Good night.
Right.
Good night.
Great. Great, you guys.
Yeah, see, Ted's got it.
There you go. Ted's always on the point.
What do you say?
Well, you have to pay attention to the screen, Dan.
Well, I'm trying to entertain. I'm trying to teach young children how to draw Moon Knight over here.
Dan-
We have some people very upset early on. I think they left because
Because it wasn't actually a lesson
you were
on how
not
to draw
teaching
moon.
them how to draw it.
Well, first we have to really get the character.
Yeah.
We have to talk about what makes the character. The character.
One of the things I always liked about the way Bill drew the cowl is that it seemed like he moved the shape around, and it just always seemed like a much different shape than it seemed like a Batman cowl or anyone just wearing a hood. I always thought it was cool. Very kind of like, well, and also Khonshu has a falcon head, so I always kind of thought that was reminiscent of it, the shape of his cowl.
Is that what you
Quite,
thought?
it's quite falcony.
You like falcons?
You know what? Any chance to draw a bird head on a dude's body is, I'll jump at it. Not unlike a gargoyle.
That's
I
a very
really-
Egyptian thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dan, are you ready for a serious question?
I
Is
guess.
Dan ever ready for a serious question?
Charlie Lee wants to know why you're lightboxing when there's nothing to tracing.
That's true. I've done all the. That's true. I actually don't need to lightbox anymore. He makes a very good point.
Is it easier on your eyes? Your
No, it's actually harder.
tired eyes.
This guy might save my career.
There you go. All right. Well,
Thank Thank you. Hold
Send
on.
him a cookie.
I'll send him a cookie. All right.
There you go, Charlie.
Thanks,
Answers.
Charlie.
That's what we're here for. The hard-hitting questions and answers
Right.
that matter.
Um,
Oh, here's Dave.
Dave has a
Dave was-
question.
No, Dave was the guy that wanted to know why you weren't actually giving a tutorial on how to draw Moon Knight. So, but he's getting through it on his own. I think, Dave, if you just draw like a triangle with
Right.
some eyes in it, and
I
then draw
will
a
say
moon in
this.
the middle of it, maybe give it some arms. It's kind of like a Christmas tree with a baton.
I
It's
will
very
say
simple.
this: a lot of times you see people. If you look at our favorite artists, and obviously Bill is one of them. Goes without saying, he's probably a lot of people's favorite artists. But guys like Frank Miller, guys like Bill, you'll see when they're doing these heroes, like take for instance this face here of Moon Knight. Artists today will put in all this detail on the face and go, let me get all the contours right. I'm going to hit the shadows on it. It's pretty cool. But look how friggin' cool it is when you just let the shadows do the work.
Yeah.
Look at that. All that drama. There's so much drama there. And you don't need to draw every little, like the way it's, the way the light might be hitting the cheekbone as opposed to the nose. I get a little, you see too much of that. A, it's hard to draw, but B, this actually, I think is scarier. This is something out of a nightmare.
It's certainly much more mysterious, right?
Yeah.
Like it's he gives you everything you need and lets your imagination do the rest.
Exactly. And so many artists like Frank Miller do that with Batman, and Mignola does it with Hellboy. It's just sometimes you don't need to. If you're drawing solid enough, you can go in and just have fun. You don't have to go absolutely crazy with this stuff. That's my drawing advice for the day.
Good advice.
That's me being serious for a moment, which is exceptionally rare.
That doesn't work on every character, though, does it?
It could. I mean, look, take for instance Darwin Cook. Darwin Cook is not going to sit there and over-render characters. I mean, in some cases, you have people like Spider-Man, where unfortunately you need to draw those webs. But even look at the way Frank Miller would draw Spider-Man. Sometimes he'd go, you know what? I'm not drawing them all. So the light is hitting it this way, and you're just seeing part of the webs, and the light is, there's ways to get around this stuff.
Yeah.
And the really good artists kind of figure out how that is, and that's something that's always plagued me as someone who's not one of the really good ones, but I hope to be one day. But you gotta know when to fall back a little bit and trust in your drawing. So that's something I can learn a little bit. So this is a good lesson for me.
Is one secret just to draw everyone in the rain?
That never hurts.
That's a really good secret. I wasn't going to share that one. It's a little.
Yeah, I mean that's the code right there. Just in the rain, in an alleyway
At night.
Yeah.
Look at Tim Sale. He's far more accomplished than me on this stuff, and he's created his own graphic language, and this the Long Halloween and all these other great things he's done. Very, very successful. And they're very enjoyable. The reason they're successful is because they're exceptionally enjoyable to read, and that's why we love comic books. We hopefully love reading them.
Well, Tim, not only does he draw really well, like one of the things I love about his stuff is like what he chooses to draw is always brilliant and takes so much planning.
I've asked him to do a portrait of me, and he chooses not to. I remember that part.
Well, I mean, catching your likeness, having drawn you a few times, you have a difficult likeness to get.
Jeff, you are incredibly hard to draw. I used to try to draw you all the time at Drink and Draw. I'd be, I'd have a few beers in me. I'd be staring at you longingly, and next thing I know, I'm trying to draw you. Not easy.
It's not easy to catch.
Picking up on Jeff.
Yeah.
Whatever. Give it a name. I don't know.
There's drawing the insane stare the crazy eyes. That's
Yeah, a
really
lot of times I go, "What's Jeff thinking about?" And I go, "Wait a minute, absolutely nothing." It's
No.
just,
it's an empty, like a placid lake.
yeah, I'm like, is somebody talking to me? Is he listening to someone? I go, no, he's not listening to anyone.
Nope.
It's a weird
Just-
thing.
The problem with Jeff's face is it's
Jeez.
Dave's been talking to my
nothing that
wife.
jumps out at you that says, you know, he doesn't have a huge nose. He, you know,
And I wish he did.
he's hard to caricature.
Yeah, I'm basically
Jeff really went wrong in a lot of ways.
I'm nondescript.
Yeah,
Exactly. You should be robbing banks.
yeah, it's great for a lineup, but
I would really do well as a spy but in like Switzerland, but where you're just supposed to blend in and no one notices you.
yeah.
Man, I can't
Boring,
wait to screw this
some might
for
say.
painting up.
You'll never hear me say that,
I won't hear you say it.
but I will say it to a lot of other friends of yours.
Right.
Mostly like Scott Collins. I'll mention that to him and he'll have a big laugh.
Sure.
Well, Ben, we'll take another question if you got one.
No, they're mostly just gibberish right now.
Wait a minute, those are our fans. How dare you?
He's talking about us.
Oh, darn it.
Yeah, let's see here. Questions.
That'll be my next sketchbook title. Mostly gibberish.
Mostly gibberish. Yeah, I don't know. I could scroll the way through this. If anyone has a question, go ahead and ask it now.
Re-ask.
This time. Now. Oh. Will you guys be attending any cons this year?
That's actually a great question. It's not something I feel comfortable answering now.
I will be going to one in Arizona, and then I think there's another one scheduled. I think later this year, but I forget where it's at.
Well, that doesn't help anybody, does it?
Yeah, that helps. Well, if you're in Arizona, it'll help. That's
Yeah.
They didn't ask where. They just wanted
yes.
to know if.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Totally.
So yes.
Yeah. God willing.
God willing, there's a convention to go to.
Exactly. Let's see. All right, here's a deep one from Dale.
Ooh. For Dave?
No, from Dale,
Oh.
who has
One
Peacemaker as his icon.
One piece of art.
If you guys could own, as in
I own
possess,
it.
one piece of art, what would it be?
That's
I would have liked to own the first appearance of the Spider-Man black costume about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that was not
Yeah.
bad.
That'd be a good one.
That would be a great one.
As much as I like Mike Zeck, I'd let it go slightly cheaper.
Yeah.
Just to move it, you know.
Ugh. Man.
That was
I
amazing.
know mine is Micronauts number 11 cover that Mike Golden did. It's just something
Oddly
I've
specific.
wanted. I had a chance to buy it when it was 11 grand, and it was like, that's too. No, actually, I could have bought it for $5. And back then, I was like, wow, that's just too much money. And then I saw it again for sale, and it was 11 grand, and still it was too much money. And now it's, Dave Mandel owns it, I think, and completely,
Well,
unattainable.
chances are.
He has really great taste in art.
Yeah, he does.
Dave did not buy the Mike Zeck page, though. He did announce that. That wasn't him. Not guilty.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, who does buy that for that much? Who's got the wherewithal?
Guys like Nicolas Cage are out there buying copies of number 1 of Spider-Man. There's a lot of people with a lot of money. It's a great market to speculate. Because it's very limited, just like the comic books that get that old.
I have a friend here who is very much into getting his stuff graded and then
Slabbed.
and slabbed. And he does a lot of stuff where he actually will. I don't think I'm giving away any secrets, but he will like press the comic in a t-shirt press to.
A lot of people do that.
Yeah, and it actually increases the grade quite a bit.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I've actually just destroyed so many comics by rereading them over and over again.
I have some very expensive comics the same way. Like they're super expensive, but
Yeah.
they're not mint.
No, not by a long shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have some very old Green Lanterns that are just dog-eared, and I think they would be extremely valuable if I had not destroyed them.
Wow.
Way to go, Jeff.
Yeah, I know. I apologize.
Yeah. My dad used to talk about trading comic books around when he was a kid. You know, that basically one kid would get done reading it, so they'd swap them out, with somebody else. Because it was like a roving library system. And he was going through comics with me, and I was actually looking at Green Lantern. And he's like, who's this Green Lantern? That's not the guy I remember. And blah, blah, blah. He's talking about Alan Scott. And he's like, yeah, I used to have these when I was a kid. I'm like, oh, well, I wish you hadn't now, Dad.
Oh, man.
He's like, they were ruined by the time I got done with them.
That's rough. That's really rough.
Yeah.
Dan, I don't want to upset you too much, but I had the first printing of Ronin, the Frank Miller stuff.
Yeah.
I had all that first run, and I copied out of that so much I just destroyed that book.
Oh my God. Well,
I
have multiple copies of those books.
Yeah.
Those are probably still in pristine shape. So I don't know if they're worth anything.
Yeah, I know you like that series.
Yeah.
All right. So another question.
Sure.
Kind of
You're allowed?
Yeah, we'll take one from Ted. Ted seems
I like
to
Ted.
be deserving. Ted wants to know, who's a better comic artist, Toth or Wood?
I don't know. It's a tough one.
I mean, better is hard. They're both amazing. I think I have more Alex Toth stuff in my collection than I do Wally Wood stuff.
I'm the opposite, but I respect them both.
I definitely have more Wally Wood stuff.
Yeah.
I think Wood's the better storyteller from my point of view.
You think so? Really? Wow.
I think so.
Yeah, I have all of I think Toth did so much cool. I loved the way he laid out a page.
I do too. I never found that stuff overly exciting, but it's very sophisticated. I got in some hot water in the comic book world for saying I actually like Samney better
Than Toth?
Yeah, I think he draws. They're more fun. I think he's exceptionally creative as far as how he spots his composition on the page.
Yeah, Samney's great.
I mean, he's top notch.
Yeah, but that's like, I mean, without Toth, you wouldn't have Samney.
Look, without Noel Sickles, you wouldn't have Toth. So
okay, so but still, I stand by it.
He didn't create that style. It's like saying Frank Miller created the Sin City style when that was your buddy.
Hey, that dude that was painting handprints
Steranko
on a cave wall.
No,
Yeah.
Steranko.
That was the
Steranko kind
OG.
of created that vibe, and there was a story in Media Scene called, I think, was it Outreach or what was it? Outland,
Outrage.
and that was kind of a lifted sort of thing from that.
Oh yeah, I remember Outland. I remember that stuff.
Yeah, Outland kind of predates that. But obviously, look at the results of what Miller did with it. I mean, he made it his own. He got a little bit more creative and sketchy, and took it to the next level.
Well, once again, I'm not knocking Samney at all. I love his stuff. I discovered him when I was doing covers for what was that book?
Yeah, I thought you loved him.
Yeah, but I can't remember, my own.
Can't remember what he was
what I ate for breakfast, let alone books. The Mighty, yeah, that's what it was. He took over for another artist, and it was like his, kind of his debut, I guess.
Yeah, the Mighty was great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just
Did
did
you
it.
do covers for that, Dave?
What?
Didn't you draw covers for the Mighty?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just did a new one for the new trade. I'm pretty happy with. Turned out pretty good.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
All right, this I must say is probably a Dave question. I could be wrong.
Okay.
Are there any brush pens out there that don't bleed when you go over them with alcohol-based markers?
Oh, God, I haven't used alcohol-based markers in forever.
Wow,
That was a Dave question.
Yeah.
I wish I could help, but man, it's been a while.
What is the benefit of an alcohol-based marker, Dave, as opposed
Oh,
to
it's
what
just a
you
marker. I mean, those, regular markers.
Yeah. Alcohol-based are not archival safe, right?
Probably not.
So there you go.
Mark Brooks.
7.
That's how Mark Brooks paints. He paints with those markers. And,
Oh, really?
But he's using water-based, isn't he?
honestly, I don't know. Wait, let me look at these things.
Well, he uses Copics or whatever.
What are Copics? I don't even know.
I think Copics are water-based, aren't
Oh, they might be. Yeah.
I normally use a ballpoint pen and a piece of old charcoal.
they? Some dirt and wine.
Some dirt.
And yeah,
Little blood.
Yeah.
Well, hey guys, I got a heart out because I'm gonna go meet our old friend Sally Slade for a drink.
Oh, right on.
wow. Are you gonna pop on the roller skates?
Huh?
She was a roller derby girl, wasn't
No,
she?
she wasn't.
What? No.
No.
Sorry. I'm so excited. I'm angry.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess I should go get some trees. Oh, Dave, that looks great.
Let me see.
Nice.
You gonna finish that?
Yeah, I'll finish it later. I'll probably put maybe a city or something in there. I don't
Some
know.
gargoyles.
Yeah, some gargoyles.
I love that.
A plantain vendor.
Yeah. No, I think that looks great, dude. Nice work.
Really cool.
Not too
Dave.
bad for an hour.
Yeah. Jeez Louise.
Yeah, considering you started with a blank sheet, unlike somebody.
I'm gonna do some hey kids, to finish up the tutorial.
Shazam!
I'm gonna
Bang!
use
It's a moon night.
I give this some splatter later.
It's just that easy.
It's just that easy.
You too.
Yeah, I might drop some rain on mine and
Whoa, Dave Johnson.
yeah. How about them apples, huh?
Pretty cool.
Take those apples. Little
Jeff
constant
saved
action.
the most agonizing detail for off the air,
Yeah. I'm going to.
drawing that bony beak.
That bony beak. Yeah. I was just doing the circles took me long enough.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, it looks cool.
That's very good.
It was good that Bill came on. That was very fun.
Yeah.
It's nice that he blessed us with his presence.
He's just such a cool cat.
And very gracious. Like how many guys with that amount of skill are just that kind?
Not many.
Yeah.
Certainly
I would
not
be.
us.
Imagine if I was as skilled as Bill.
Oh, you'd be insufferable.
It'd be horrible to deal with.
I mean, I'm pretty good at imagining stuff, but that might be.
It's almost like your job.
You go too far.
Yeah.
Oh, Dan, there's one last question here for
All
you.
right.
And Michael's asked it twice. So
Oh, okay. Am I ever going to reprint my first sketchbook? I might do something like that where once I get a third sketchbook together, maybe reprinting all three with like a slipcase edition.
cool.
absolute format.
Yeah, as if there's any. I don't know if there'd be any call for that, but it might be a cool thing to do, I guess.
Do you have any of your first one available for sale?
No, they're all sold out, and the second one I think is all sold out. So I gotta.
Man,
Right now, I'm trying to figure out how to do number
Michael
3.
actually asked that 3 times. He informs
Oh,
us.
well, thanks, Michael.
3
Yeah.
times. So,
No one
sorry.
likes to be over.
Thank you.
All right.
This will be in the third one. I'll tell you that.
Excellent.
Yeah.
It's a nice
Is the
piece.
third one called How to Draw Moon Night?
How to draw. It's a how-to book. Well, was that Frank Cho's book, like How to Draw Sexy Women or something? It was basically a portfolio of just good-looking women.
Yeah, he's smart.
Yeah.
I think
Very
Adam
smart.
Hughes had How to Draw Boobs and Other Idiots or something like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah.
All right,
All
guys.
right.
Well, it's good seeing you hanging out for a while. Dave, enjoy your time out.
Yeah. Have fun. I'm gonna watch Book of Boba Fett.
I hear it's awesome.
Dave's
Yeah,
not a
it's
fan.
another great episode.
Are you caught up other than this week, Stan?
No, this is the week. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
caught up. This episode
Yeah. Okay.
was yesterday or something. They dropped
Yeah.
it.
Wednesdays.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna go shopping on OpenSea. I think I'm gonna pick up some Bored Apes. So,
I mean, those are classics.
yeah, I mean, you got to have one of those.
Yeah.
Let's send one to Rich Gerards, one to Ron
money in
Mars.
the bank. Yeah.
No, it's like an
Very
early Valentine's Day gift for those fellas.
It's nice of you.
Yeah.
Speak well of you when you're gone.
All right, gentlemen.
Well, thanks everybody
Bye, everybody.
All right,
Thanks for showing
Dave,
up.
enjoy your day. Thanks everybody for being here.
It's not a date.
And-
It's just a friend.
All right.
Enjoy your friend.
Thanks, Bill Sienkiewicz, for showing
Thanks,
up.
Bill.
Yeah. And thank you, everyone, for joining us and asking your questions multiple times so we could eventually
3
get
times.
to them 3 times.